Hey folks, hope all is well. Danny Burke with BurkeSpeed.com. Giving out some of my Week 2 NFL action. Hopefully you already cashed in on our bet we had for Thursday Night Football with Alexander Madison under 50.5 rushing yards. Nice winner for us to get our week started. And speaking of the beginning of the week, well, 6-point teaser we threw out there with the Bills down to 2.5, paired them with the Cowboys down to 2.5. Still should be able to access those numbers if you want a tail. So that's the teaser I'm rocking with. Another play that I'm rocking with that I wrote up about, you can check it out on the website or on my Twitter. I tweeted the link to the article at Danny Burke 5. It's the Broncos minus 3.5 against the Commanders. Russell Wilson, believe it or not, actually looked competent as a quarterback, but he was missing a big piece, which he will be getting back this week in Jerry Jeudy. The coaching advantage certainly lies with Sean Payton against Ron Rivera, and this Broncos defense still very dominant and should wreak havoc against what looked like a discombobulated offense in Sam Howell and the Washington Commanders. So again, if you want my more in-depth analysis on it, check it out at the website, but I'm laying 3 in the hook with Denver and company. Okay, the 2 props that I am adding to the mix revolves around one guy. Hang in there with me, folks. Justin Fields. And overs. Yes, I know it's insane to think, but what's also insanity is how low these prop numbers have gotten. I get it. We hate the Bears offense. We hate how Fields has looked. It's a nightmare what Luke Getsy has done to this playbook. Trust me, I've said the same things ad nauseum and for longer. But the numbers have gotten so low that it actually presents an opportunity to bet the over. Now, last week, Fields did go 24 of 37 in the air. Some of those numbers padded because of garbage time, but they're showing an effort to throw the ball, even though it's laterally as opposed to vertically, which makes no sense. But hey, if they're still hauling in the completions, it's padding our stats for the props potentially. Because 14.5 is where his pass completions number is listed at. How the hell do you get it that low as a starting quarterback? Nobody knows. But the over is minus 136 at FanDuel, and I'm backing that over. The Bucks last year allowed about 22 completions per game. Kirk Cousins was able to move the ball successfully downfield. Night and day with Kirk Cousins and Fields, I understand, but they clearly were able to move the ball. They just couldn't execute. I'm not saying the Bears are going to execute, but they're going to try to hone in on that passing effort because you need to in this league and because they need to for their sanity and Bears fans' sanity. They're getting so much criticism from not only last year, but after game 1 to how terrible this passing effort has looked, that they gotta show that they can improve on that with the receivers who have been added to the roster. And I think they're going to do just that. And even if it doesn't look great, the opportunities will be there from Fields slinging it. And that's why I also tagged that along with his passing attempts. 24.5 is the number. Found it at BetMGM. Minus 125 to the over. The Bucks were getting thrown on over 40 times per game last year, and no, Fields won't get into the 40s, but the Bears may be trailing, it may be a close game, and they also may have a lack of success in the ground effort like they did in week 1, like the Vikings did against the Bucks in the strong defensive interior that leads them to the alternative option, which would have to be throwing it. So the opportunities should be bountiful enough, relatively speaking, in Justin Fields' terms, and let's hope that the completions numbers get there as well. These numbers won't be this low for long if the passing attack is going to be as consistent as it was in week 1, and it should be that way. It should just be done in a better fashion. But in terms of this prop, it doesn't have to be done in a better fashion. It just has to be done, and I think it will. So Fields over 14.5 completions, minus 136, over 24.5 pass attempts at minus 125. Man, oh man, should be a fun one. Best of luck, folks, with your Week 2 NFL bets. Enjoy the games and take care.